Yeah, I wanted to go over the fact that I am talking quite plainly these days about some of the aspects of culture, especially when it comes to New Age thinking and tribal thinking. It's necessary today, with the multi-million-dollar industry that is busy flourishing around us, to get to grips with the idea of what is good for us, I suppose, in terms of matters relating to the other world and matters relating to the cultures that used to be thriving in the world and are no longer thriving in the world, and mine is included in that. We have a habit these days of just turning to something for a quick fix, and I'm afraid that the New Age industry provides that kind of function. It's not anyone's fault. We all need to belong. We all need to discover something to help life tick over a bit more easily. And what I wanted to mention most of all was that when I'm talking plainly about some of the things people are practicing, it is not an attack on the individual. The individual who is seeking to find something that helps them tick along in their daily life, to find healing for different things and resolve problems and solve a few mysteries. I am attacking, yes, but I'm attacking the industry that fills people's minds with all sorts of pretend things that never really existed. We've just sort of made up a lot of rubbish today, and we think it sustains us, but in actual fact it doesn't. What it tends to do is it tends to form a layer over what the real is. And if we are having problems, then it's really like nailing the problems under the carpet. So if you walk on the carpet, you can't actually see or experience the problems. It's a long process, and it's if you're trying to understand the sort of thing I'm talking about, and it's also a very, very necessary education that we need to have today. If we don't have this education, then we will never know what is real, and we will never know how much we can find within what can be provided to help ourselves have a much more easy life. So you've got to bear with it, and bear with me if you can. Listen to the videos, read what I say. I'm trying to prepare a new book at the moment, which is a bit of a slow process, but bear in mind what I say. Think about it, and don't be too quick to jump to conclusions, because it really is important that we see this in a balanced light, see it in a way that is sustainable for us as human beings, and seeing it so that we don't turn to pretend culture to try to bring ourselves some healing. Healing can come, it really can come, but we have to look at what is actually going on for us, and what is actually going on within an industry that's trying to kid us into believing that certain things are good for us for the right price, etc. As I've said before, we all have to earn a living, but really making something out of cultures that didn't really exist and trying to fill people's minds up with this and people running with it, it ain't going to work, basically, and people will be worse off for it. That's what I'm really worried about, that people end up being worse off. I see this all the time. People come to me and they're in a little bit of a mess, to say the least, until we start unravelling the knots. And then they start to think, okay. So it may sound harsh sometimes. It may sound, oh, what's he talking about? He's not being free enough to explore. That's not the issue. Yes, you can explore even more if you do it in a way that helps your spirit to grow, helps your knowledge and experience to expand. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to mention. Bear with me, watch my videos, and really I'm sure some piece of magic will take place as you realise that there's a lot more to you than you believe, and get ready to find it. Join me on the search and the exploration and the adventure. Okay, that's it. Some more later.